Hello, my name is Johnny. Welcome to a Marvel Character Talk. Today we're going to have a page-by-page look through this great Silver Age Thor issue featuring Odin and Crusher Creel, the Absorbing Man. If you like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, reply, and share. Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, super goodness. Let's take a look at this, though. I wanted to show you this old one I had, real rough shape, and just upgraded to a real nice one. Look at the coloration on there. This is the best Odin's ever looked on a cover so far on a Thor. Number 122 November, so this was on sale August of 65. This was in their brief period for a couple of months. They were at the Marvel Pop Art Productions instead of Marvel Comics, they were calling themselves briefly. Let's take a look here. A great Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, they were really on a roll with this and the Fantastic Four, and where one story would lead into another. So really good. Here, let's see what he's saying here. Look at him. Last issue, while battling the dreaded Absorbing Man, mighty Thor turned to aid a helpless child. As he did so, his foes struck him down from behind, downing him. And now, look at him. I've beaten Thor. Not quite. You. Gives him a really good bop. Too swift like a sudden thunderclap. Even by absorbing his own strength, I can't take many more blows like that. Nobody could. Stay right there, Thunder God. Now it's your turn. Clang. Blast it. It's too fast. How can I fight him? He's everywhere at once. So Loki, seeing that, I gave him the strength to challenge a god, but even Loki could not give him valor to match that of Thor. So Loki's up here in Asgard scheming. He's got a plan to strike the Golden City. Well, there's only a skeleton force there. He's going to try to unseat Odin. He's going to bring the Absorbing Man back. Can't take much more of this. It ain't fair. What's good my strength, my power, if I can't land a blow? I didn't know it was going to be like this. Drop your iron ball and chain and say no more. Your very voice is offensive to my ear. Oop, he's gone. Must be in Asgard. And then we've got another story with Jane Foster and Harris Hobbs, the porter. He was holding her to get to Thor because he wants to a real story about Thor and Asgard. We'll get back to that. What happened? Where am I? Your master Loki. Nobody can call himself that. Fool, it was I who gave you your power, and only I know how to nullify it. Yeah, so that was 114. This is 122. Yeah, so this was a good follow-up stories to the original two. So look at him. He tosses them out here into a freezing area. Absorbing it. Snowman. He's got to take me back. There he is. But remember this, I can send you back to the deadly cold anytime. I ain't about to forget a thing like that. It tells him what we got to do. Serve me. Share dominion over the universe. Walking around here. Called this place Asgard, but where is it? Why won't he tell me? So some of the guards are here, looking. Yeah, your squares don't cut no ice with me. I can lick the whole bunch of you. What Loki says goes. Now attack. They got some really neat absorption coming up for him. There he is there. Turned into a living mace. Very cool looking there. Fighting a whole bunch of Asgardians. And we got, we'll take a break from the story, and got Jane there. Who was that? And he's got to find this. He's trying to blackmail with the picture he took. So he's got to find him, meet him, and tell him he wants proof of Don Blake and Thor. Well, he's not going to go with it. He's going to wind up taking him to Asgard just to let him see, but he's not going to be able to remember. They're all here. Taking a tip through the vortex. I love the Jack Kirby dinosaurs. All of a sudden we got dinosaurs. Look at this, the great ones out. Spider-Man 31, is that the first? Gwen Stacy and Osborn. And then we've got right in the middle of the Inhumans saga. Thing looking great. Very good. So there they're going. Gonna show him different things, the future. Look at these Kirby creatures. Look at how creepy. Salute your courage. I cannot permit you to keep that faithful picture. Grateful, without actually harming me. If I vow to destroy the evidence, can you one boon, if that be within reason? Take me to Asgard. Let me just see it, even if you erase it from my memory. What is your moment? I just want to know, even if I forget. I've seen the home of the gods. And look at this, look at this. In Asgard, look at him. He's fighting, see the tips of their spears? Look at him, all pointy and stuff like that. Whatever the metal the spears are made out of. He looks almost crystalline, but it's got to be a metal. The throne room straight ahead, you find and defeat Imperial Odin. Loki's cheering him on. Who dares invade the sanctum of Odin, the All-Wise? So you're the guy I'm after. You don't look so much to me. None speak thus to the Lord of Asgard. What madness is this? You still stand after having been struck with a cosmic bolt of Odin. Look at him. Look at the shape of him before he starts changing again. Gramps, you got a lot to learn. I can absorb anything you shoot at me. I'm like loaded with cosmic energy now. And it is true, my very wool is being threatened for the first time in a millennium. Very cool, look at him over here. Skip the big words, Pops. All that counts is power, and I got it to spare. Nothing, now that I soaked up the force you hit me with, here it is right back at you. Let's see how you can take it. Ooh, spectacle beyond words, wonders beyond description, surprises beyond any mere mortal expectation. All these and more shall be yours next issue. We don't dare miss it. We have spoken. So it's a continued story. That's the way they go. There's much more to come to look at in here. Got a Tales of Asgard. We got the letters page. Got more comics on sale. The Subby and Hulk and Tales to Astonish. And then there's old Sergeant Fury and his Howlers. And then this is of the 5-page, the Tales of Asgard, home of the mighty Norse gods, the grim specter of mutiny. So Loki's being a pest here. And here's the light up. Stan and Jack are doing that. And they also have, there's Fandral, but he's not in his green outfit. He's red for some reason here. Early appearance of them. And if he's there, then there's Hogan the Grim. Very cool. They didn't do them right in the Asgard. They were okay in the first Thor, but they should have had more. And then End in the MCU was a bummer. And then we've got Volstagg, the Enormous. He's always funny. He's been felled. Look at him. He accomplished more in defeat than he could have in victory. His very fall toppled half of the mutineers. So that's the way these 5-pagers go. Real quick, continued again. Note our letters pages thing. And look at this. We've got a lot to look at here. We've got the bullpen bulletins page. We'll look at the checklist in a second. We've got the list of MIMS members showing the stationery kit. I got some of that. I might do a video of that in the future. There's one of the original Thor shirts, $1.50. Years later, in what was it? Somewhere in late 80s or early 90s, Graffiti Designs redid all of these. So you could probably find one unused by Graffiti Designs. And then what's going to be in the tube? I'll tell you what the spoiler was. It was a big 6-foot poster talking about big news about Joe Sennett coming back. There's Monsters to Laugh With. A little bit about Kirby and the annuals. How do you like the layout of this page? I think this is the first Marvel bullpen bulletin page. Doesn't have the Stan soapbox yet. I believe that didn't start till early '67. Here's the checklist. You saw that FF45 with Inhumans. There's Spider-Man. Avengers is 22. Power Man's in that. X-Men, that's the Sentinels. Daredevil, that's Catman, Birdman, 8-Man, and Frogman is in that. So there's Strange Tales. It's got Doctor Strange and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's Iron Man, Captain America, and Suspense. There's Astonish. We saw that. And then the Fury. You can subscribe to the MIMS. That's Merry Marvel Marching Society. And then we got some letters. Talking about the t-shirts. I'm going to start publishing X-Men and Daredevil monthly, so they weren't even monthly yet until this time. More letters. Talking about the Thor annual. And now a little bit about next. Absorbing Man and Loki seeing shake the very thousands of Asgard. What's going to happen? Stan and Jack will be as surprised as you as a spectacle. They haven't managed to do the story yet. Like that. Let's look at that nice cover again. So there's an example. I would think this one's at least at 8.0. And I don't even know if this one's a 2.0. It could be a 1.5. It's complete, but pretty rough shape. Very cool issue. Recommend early Thor and Silver Age. Really good reads. I'm sure they're reprinted a lot. So you can get them that way if you're not so inclined to buy the originals. Much more Marvel character talk to come. If you'd like, you could leave a super thanks. Be much appreciated if you could. And we'll be back again with more Marvel.